everyone, and welcome back to Planet Coaster. Well, we're back in the fairy tale Anton Pieck Efteling type of park. Well, it's not really... Well, it was a park, still is a park, but I took everything apart. So it's kind of like a new starting point of the series. I'm using the builds we've built before, but I kind of took everything apart and reorganizing it. As you can see here, it was really finicky to do, but I'm happy. Well, it did work out. So yes, what are we doing? This is the last project for me in Planko. I've got like a month left until the release of Planko 2 at this point, and this was the one thing that was kind of bugging me that I really still wanted to finish. Of course, there's some other stuff as well, but this is the main thing I was really passionate about. So yeah, we're just gonna continue on building here, and the initial idea of this park was to build a darkride. That is too much work, a bit too ambitious, especially since I know myself with these kind of things. I really need to get my motivation going, otherwise I quit. But it's at this point I'm like at 70% finished, so it should be manageable. I put in the time. Anyway, yeah, I'm changing it to a boomerang coaster now, with a cool story and a pre-show and theming. Like, it's all original, and at the same time, the whole visual style is based on Anton Pieck. And previously I used his actual illustrations as inspiration. Well, I just copied them mainly. I'm using AI now as a source of inspiration. Tools like Midjourney are really great to get inspiration in a specific style you're after. Of course, it's a bit like ethically what's going on here. I know some people aren't a big fan of generative AI, but it's not copying people's stuff. It's making new stuff with the techniques people use, in my eyes. And sometimes it's, well, not that great. And sometimes for this stuff, it's pretty good. It's not amazing, but sometimes it works out great. And when I'm stuck, it's amazing to get some inspiration out of it. Anyway, I'm constructing a big clock tower here, or a bell tower, both actually. Where the coaster is gonna go through, and the whole idea of this, the concept and the story of this ride is this, like, something happened in this village, and everything is like kind of dilapidated and wrong, unsettling, maybe just in time for Halloween as well. But yeah, there's like a bell maker or clock maker in this village who wants to bring back the life and the joyous feelings that were active in this village, and he's gonna do that by making a special kind of resonance with his bells. I'm not quite... I haven't worked out the specifics of the story yet. But there's this mine in this town, and that ore is special, and that it gives the ability to make very specific resonances. Is that the word? Like with tones of church bells, and he's using that to alter time or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird still, but it's kind of unsettling. Yeah, it's just a cursed village that he's trying to fix, and in the style of Anton Pieck, and I think that's it's going pretty well. Yeah, I think this episode is just focused on this bell tower here. And this is, well, a lot of this is like a combination of different inspiration reference images I got, and it's so nice to build with. I can just follow it and give my own twist of it, and then, well, just chill in a voice chat or listen to music or listen to a podcast in the meantime. But it is kind of time consuming, so for Planko 2, I'm starting at small builds, and if performance isn't an issue, I might build every small build in one park and then combine them, something of that sort. But it's I need to see what the game is like first, of course. Yeah, here you can see the main, like, the sort of detailing I'm gonna do. A lot of plaster and these bricks. These are fortress walls, I think, but I'm using the other type of bricks as well a lot. And then I'm kind of blending them with these yeah, this Team TK piece, and like the main brick facade thing as well. Um, it isn't perfect, but it gets the right look for the village. Very dilapidated, old, nostalgic as well. It's not all scary. It's nice as well and cozy. It's like a weird mix. I think I struck the right balance for once, so that's nice. But yeah, this was more like a small piece of like to see what I'm trying to do and just hyper focus on this small like entry arch thingy. See what kind of style we get, and then copy that style roughly to the other buildings, of course, with its own design. But yeah, I think it worked out well. And where the green door is now, here is going to be the entrance of the queue, or at least the entrance of the indoor part of the queue. Yeah. All right, some small roof windows. There's a specific name for it probably, but yeah. Using brackets for this roof instead of the tiles because that seemed to fit better. But I'm changing it around a bit as well. So that's exciting. Then I'm just copying this and yeah, as you can see, altering them slightly to get a bit of a wonky look. That's a very essential part of this whole build. Is even the tower is angled slightly. As you can see, it's kind of like a zucchini shape, I guess. But yeah, nothing is straight, and that makes it a challenge as well to build, especially if it's angled at a 45-degree angle, like from the top side perspective, because then you can't easily copy and align stuff, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. But I try to work through it. But yeah, even the roof tiles there, nothing is straight. I think that's the most essential thing for this park, together with the decals, to get that look going that I'm after. And I'm really interested to see if I can copy this to Plinko 2, and if there's any decals in the game, it's to start with. Of course, we have no Team TK, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but it's going to be exciting. I've got a couple of ideas in mind for Plinko 2, but they're all a bit on the ambitious side, so I'm probably just going to build a lighthouse ride skin of the Helter Skelter. And I also want to try to be a bit more specific than videos and more like a tutorial type of thing, where I very concretely like narrow down each part of the build and give my thoughts on why and how I do things. So that's going to be interesting. Oh, this part was just copying some parts of the castle and just then covering them with roof tiles. It's interesting how you can just like copy stuff around, and yeah, just I feel like I've got too much experience in Planet Coaster instead of like actual designing programs or stuff you can use as a skill like Blender. Because I feel like I've got like an affinity with that type of software, but I haven't put the time in to properly learn it. So I'm always like, well, damn, I wish I could use this stuff for a real job. And right now, of course, it's just for a hobby and it's a fun thing. So kind of looking into how I can turn this into maybe something a bit more professional that I can use in a professional setting. It's just instead of just YouTube stuff, because I do really like designing parks and interactive things, and also for my study at the moment. But yeah, you can't use this for portfolio content, sadly enough. Oh yeah, this statue. I really like this statue. It's a bit of a macabre feel to the place. And the thing I'm doing now is just covering the plaster with these brick tiles. They're called cracked brick, I think. And then using these small decals to blend them in slightly. I'm not a big fan of this one. I think I stopped using it in the next build. But the one I'm placing here, this one, that's amazing. That's a cheat code, basically. Oh, and I also discovered some very nice like pine trees. Team TK ones, because the ones in game are so bad. I'm really excited to use those as well here, even though they might not really mix with the architecture traditionally, because this is kind of Dutch, right? So, but it's a game, it's fantasy, whatever, you can do whatever I want. So, yeah, those will be placed at the end of the build, though. That's not this build, but like the build in general. That's going to be a while. Well, I hope at least less than a month, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Anyway, these are already the last details of the tower, and the main part, of course, is the front view. And some drainage pipe is here as well. But yeah, I hope you can kind of see the vibe I'm going for. Also, the layout of this little village is going to be pretty tight. And now that I'm watching it again, I can't wait to start building again. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. See you guys next time. And that's it. Yeah. Bye.